Good evening, everyone. So, I welcome you to the interview session for our business ethics and leadership course. So, we will be conducting our second interview today. We have our guest here today with us. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Zahidul Islam. I am the co-founder and CEO of Optrium. We are a company which is working in couple of industries. We are currently working in pharmaceutical industries, animal health industries, animal feed industries. We also do some industrial engineering solution as well as we export a few products. So those are the things we have been doing till now. But personally, for my if I give you a background of myself, I am an industrial engineer. I did my graduation from BUET, and later I did my MBA from IBA of Dhaka University. So I think that should be enough.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Jahid. So,
Yeah.
I am Malik Fahim Muntasir. I will be conducting the first portion of the interview. So, let's get started.
Sure.
So the
Okay.
first question is from my side is that considering the AI related roles in your organization currently feels or plans to fill, which competencies do newly hired graduates typically possess well and which require significant on the job development? Can you please answer this question at first?
I would give it I would elaborate it in a different way, I would say. The first thing is we understand or we can for the last couple of years or 2, 3 years we can see that people are using AI tools a lot in the job or as well as in their personal life even. For example, people used to Google many things, but nowadays people ask those things in ChatGPT to get a better answer. So, what we expect from new recruits that they understand the basic needs of or the basic tools of AI, that those are being used in the general life, I would say that to get an answer to furnish a solution or to give a proper presentation, things like that. Even people make AI, use of AI to make presentation and things like that. And on the job, what we are expecting that when you are having previously, like 5 years back, you have to ask individual questions or Google individual questions to get solution, and then you have to stitch all of this together and get your solution. But nowadays, you can get it in 5 minutes, 10 minutes in using ChatGPT. So we're expecting that people can learn that how to get your desired solution, as well as there is a catch, which is all the AI tools always are saying that whatever results we are giving, that AI softwares are still being trained. So you should always check the answers it is giving. So people should have an understanding as well that the answers they are getting or the documents the AI is furnishing, if that is acceptable or it needs secondary validation or secondary checking. So that's the thing that someone has to uh, have his it's a knack that you have to understand watching an answer that how is it right or is it wrong, and you have to use the tool. It is a fantastic tools that are coming up for with AI, but how people are using it, and if you can give a, like for example, if you need a technical solution, you can ask ChatGPT and you can get a good solution. But if there is any fault in the answer, and the person who is making it, he doesn't understand it, then he can be a laughing stock in where he's submitting it. So to understand it correctly, that if AI and the answer the AI is giving is right, that's the major part I would say in the current scenario.
Okay, thank you. So the next question is I want to ask is that can you describe how your organization's workforce requirements have evolved over the past 2 to 3 years?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Um, can you describe how your organization's workforce requirements have evolved over the past 2 or 3 years?
Sure. Uh, I would say practically we are not a very big organization. We're still small. However, we have been thinking of expanding in a couple of departments. But use of AI has helped us in a way that, for example, if 3 years back, the works I needed in a department needed 3%, I can do it. That can be done by 2% now nowadays. So we are not. Whenever we are feeling like that, if we need to recruit new people, we ask ourselves first that if we can train these people with AI software or AI tools in a way that we can utilize the existing people with the job required or the expansion required. So AI is helping in a way that we could expand our business without expanding the workforce that much. So that's how it's evolving actually.
Okay. Uh, Now, I want to add to the question that is, which of these
Yeah.
changes do you attribute specifically to AI adoption? Can you answer that, please?
Sure. AI adoption, which are the changes? For example, if you are going for accounting, previously an accountant had to do a lot of things and give I mean, do a lot of check and balance to take the data to a desired solution or desired information. So nowadays you can put up all the data in AI tool and you can get the solution you require, or you can ask AI that I want my data to look like this, how to make this. So AI can give you that solution. Previously, for example, when we are sourcing different kind of things in supply chain department, we had to go through individual website of different suppliers. So nowadays, I can ask a chat GPT that I want this solution from this country. Give me five best manufacturer from this country. So AI can suggest me five manufacturers. So the work someone had to do for half a day, that can be done in 30 minutes nowadays.
Okay. So the next question that I wanna know is that, from your perspective, what are the most valuable elements academic training provides to new hires entering AI-related roles?
Um, to me, uh, personally, I would say that it has always been communication. It's not for now only, it has always been. I mean, if you are good in communication, you can always do better in any role you will be in. I mean, previously, when you are a new recruit in a company, you need to understand how to communicate. If you know how to communicate with people, you can understand or you can find out that which people will be supporting you in which element or which problem solving. So nowadays, it's same for the AI. After the AI revolution, it's same for you as well, because you will have a basic knowledge of AI. However, in the company or organizational point of view, when you need a solution or how the organization uses the AI tools, you need to understand you can't do it actually. You have to have someone in the company who will show it to you. So if you have good communication skill, you can understand and identify that who is that person, because it's not always like that the company will offer you to or the people will offer you to help. So rather you have to ask people that I need this help and if you can do it, or and this is the communication that is important. So I always say communication is the most important part for a new recruit to have, uh, with or without AI, to tag or get into a new role in a company.
Okay. Are there any specific aspects of the academic preparation that prove less applicable in the job sector when they enter the company? Can you, what is your thought on that?
Mm. Ca- can you repeat the question, please?
Are there any aspects of the academic preparation that prove less applicable when they are working in their professional life, professional sector?
Uh, I mean, you are asking that if is there any aspect of education that will help
That
a new recruit
prove
to
less,
get into a new job, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. The thing is, I'll tell about soft skills actually, because the hard skills are the education and everything you're learning from your education. So those are the things that is a mandatory thing. You do it or you don't. That completely depends on your perspective on life. And given that you are getting the certificate, we can understand or we can expect that obviously you have a grasp of those information or education up to a certain level. However, what is important as well, as I said previously, like communication, your skills are very important in the job world as well. You have to be good in communication. You have to be good in sales, which is a very important point. I mean, sales doesn't has to be like you are selling a product to someone. It sales is something that you are selling an idea to someone. So whenever for example, you are in manufacturing, for example, so you are discussing with your manufacturing head, you can give new idea to your manufacturing head. So this is what I want to do, and it will increase the efficiency of the company. You are in the supply chain, you are talking with your supply chain director, so you can suggest, okay, from this supplier or to this supplier, if I change, then the company will be gaining this amount. So this is selling your, I'm not talking about selling the product, I'm talking about the selling the idea. So sales and marketing, those are, and what is marketing, I would say the marketing is in a sense that what you are doing, you can present it in a way that there are many people in companies that they do a lot of things that, but the people doesn't know that they are doing these things, and they will never get into top of the company. Rather, you have to present what you are doing, you have to present it to others as well, that I am doing these and these things, so people understand why you are valuable to the company. So these soft skills, I mean, communication, marketing, sales, these are very important. And another thing I would say, which is to have some community service experience, so that you understand, because in university you are talking with your level of people, so you don't understand how the society works. So if you are in community service, any kind of, then you have these societal skills, that you understand how the society works, and that is very important for any job actually.
Okay, thank you. So let's say if you observe some misalignments between the academic training and the job requirements, what do you think the factors are that drive these misalignments between?
Very
Yeah.
This is a very interesting question for me, that because we see it a lot in our experience, which is that when the academician is suggesting you something, he is suggesting referring it to a book. So that book is based on some ideas and some tests which were done, maybe if you think about, maybe earliest, it is maybe 20 years ago. But when how the industry are working, the industry has to evolve with information. Those are new. If any information is from yesterday, industry tries to incorporate in its work today. So industry is always in experience much ahead of the academic situation, what we see. So when you are talking with an academician, we sometimes see that they are giving reference to ideas those are already old, and in industry practice which are not applicable anymore. That is what we find from our experience.
Okay, thank you. The next question that I want to ask is that when you are evaluating any candidate for, like, say, AI related roles, how do you prioritize their technical depth in AI or data science versus their broader problem solving capabilities or their interpersonal skills?
To me, I would say I prefer, rather than any specific AI solution tool, I would rather prefer their interpersonal skills as well as any problem solving skills. Because when someone is good at interpersonal skills as well as they have good problem solving skill, I would rate them in higher side of human IQ. So a person who has higher human IQ, he should be very easily or it should be very easy for him to learn it to a new AI tool. However, someone who is very good in AI, one AI tool or two AI tool, he might not have good interpersonal skills. So you can be good at your job, but as I said before, if you are not good at the soft skills like interpersonal skills, or then you would not be able to convey that you are good at your job, and you would not be perceived by other people in the organization that you are actually a right person for the company, or you are a valuable person in the company. So it is very important for AI to learn AI tool and be good at it, but to have better interpersonal skills as well as problem solving skills, those are more important, because that can help you to learn the AI tools if you are not already efficient in that.
Oh, okay, thank you. The next question from me is that what role should the theoretical foundations like mathematics, computer science, or any domain-specific knowledge these play in preparing the students for AI roles in your sector?
Uh, it's a it's a it's a difficult question to answer. I would say I'll elaborate why. Because, for example, you are in a software industry, then you have to have good understanding of computer science to ask AI to give you a solution in a way that you want the answer. For example, you are in mathematics, you are in a design field of an equipment. So you have to have good engineering knowledge of material science, or I mean solid structure or solid mechanics or fluid mechanics, to give the specific question to AI tool to give you a proper answer. So it depends on the tool or depends on the solution you require, as well as the industry you are in. That will determine which subject is important for you. However, what is important is to understand the logic behind it. That is most important thing, I would say. Because and logic, it's equivalent to like mathematics. I mean, it is, you have to give it a logic that I'm asking this question for this solution and in this way. So you have to think, uh, you have to disintegrate your problem in many small parts, so that you can understand what is the question you need to ask to get get the solution you are looking for. So it's again the soft skill again. So you have to have a good logic board in your head, so that you can understand the proper question you require to ask the AI tools.
Okay, so how does this balance with the hands-on experience and the applied projects?
I have uh, I have been working in industry for, I initially I was working in Bixinco Pharma, then I was in a project management firm, then in my own company. So I have always been saying to people that uh, what you need to do in your job, you have to learn that in your hands-on experience. I mean, you can understand how to design a software, but how your company is designing a software, you have to understand that specific small details in that company. You can understand how to work on accounting, but in your company, how the book are balanced, that you have to know from your hands-on experience in that company. So I would say it in this way, that everything you need to do in your job, you have to understand, or you have to learn that hands-on experience in your company actually. For example, for the BSc, I think you have to complete like 40 subjects to get a BSc degree. But how many of those actually are being used in your job? Maybe two or three when you are in working on a company. And on those things, and on those books that you have read, those may be not used even in the industry as well. So the hands-on experience is as such. Why the education is important? Because the education is preparing you to get the, as I said in the previous answer, that I've been referring to a logic board, or a logic that you need to understand. So the education is preparing you for the soft skills, as well as this question solving question solving skills that for different subjects being asked to you, you know the basics that okay, from this book I have read this basics and this is the solution. So the education is preparing you for solving things and understanding the logics, and you are being trained in a way that when in the industry you are in an industry and you have a new type of new you have a role to play, so you know how to solve a problem. So that's how you are being trained.
Okay. So the last question that I wanna ask is that in our country, often most of the time we tend to follow the traditional coursework. Uh, what experimental learning approaches would best prepare the students apart from this traditional coursework?
Mm, it's an interesting question, I would say, because what you should do, it depends on what you want to do in your life, actually. Uh, I I very regularly ask people who are very regularly ask students or recently graduated people that what's your plan? Do you plan to stay in Bangladesh or you want to leave the country? So most of the people are saying nowadays that if there is any chance I may go. So I always answer in this way that if you have 1% wish to leave the country, then you should leave yesterday. I mean, if you if you are not very confident that you want to stay in the country, then you should leave immediately because if you work in Bangladesh for 3 years, 5 years, and then you are already exhausted and then you want to leave the country, these 5 years is lost from your life actually. This will not help you in your foreign life actually. So if you have even 1% wish to leave the country, leave yesterday. So so why I am elaborating in a different way that it depends on what you want to do. If you want to leave the country or have go for higher education, do IELTS, prepare for some research work that will help you to get admission to a higher study in a foreign country. If you plan to work in Bangladesh, if you plan to maybe work for an MNC, you want to work for a multinational company, then try to participate in some like battle of minds or things like that. So those are things that different educational challenges that companies arrange that people participate in team, and the owner can get direct access to the company's different programs. So it depends on what you want to do. You have to have a very straight vision for you, at least for 10 years down the line. Okay, 10 years down the line, I want to stay in Canada and I have to have this amount money and I want to work in this kind of industry. You have to have a very specific vision of yourself that what you want to do. And then go back step by step. Okay, if this is in 10 years, where I have to be in 9 years, where I have to be in 10 years, where I have to be now. So these are the things I need to go to Canada. So these are I need to do the IELTS. I have to, if I want to get admitted in this university, I have to have this research paper. Then you have to talk to your teachers that I want to take part in your research paper as well, help me be part of your team. If you want to stay in manufacturing companies, you have to understand that do some courses on interpersonal skills. There are many small scholarship offered by different embassies that it's a small like 2 months, 3 months courses in abroad. Do those kind of things. So whenever you are getting out of class, you have a graduation degree. That's not enough, actually. You have to have additional soft skills, additional certification. You have to have different something special that will present you in a different way to the recruiters or anyone you want to present yourself to. So always look for the soft skills and try to prepare yourself for the to align your soft skills with the goal or vision you have for yourself.
Okay, so do you think that the educational institute should incorporate internships, project-based learning, or industry partnerships with the traditional coursework system so that the students can learn more, gather more experience?
The answer to this question is a bit frustrating, which is the training program or internship program. Those are available in Bangladesh. Those are very traditional in a way that, okay, after third year, you should go for 6 weeks to a company. Uh, no, excuse me. No. Sorry. So what I was saying that the answer to this question is a bit frustrating because, for example, in Germany, if you are doing an engineering, you have to get acquainted or get internship with a manufacturing company, though where you will have your coursework as well as you have to work on that company on regular basis. I mean, you have to work on that company and learn hands-on what's the work you have to do. However, in Bangladesh, when you are in 6 weeks or 4 weeks in a company, you only learn how to enjoy the company's skills, how to eat there, how to talk there. But the real work actually seldom we learn. So that is very important. There is internship or uh, industry attachment, but those are not in a way that being practiced in Bangladesh.
Okay, thank you for your information. I This concludes my part, so I will hand over the rest of the interview to Nirvachita Chakraborty. Thank you.
Thank you, Muzaffar. Uh, so I would like to know that if you or your organization have attempted any partnership or collaboration with any of our education institutions.
To be honestly saying in a way that we have been trying in a way that we are trying to educate the industry in the educational organization, I would say. Uh, I would elaborate in a sense. For example, MIST is trying to make some new lab or renovate all of their engineering labs. So we are working on with a company that are being part of the design team for this MIST labs. So how we are collaborating with MIST is that we are trying to help them determine that what's the level of industrial or level of engineering solution required in those labs. So we are giving our information or our input so that they can uh, connect to the industry up to a certain level because they are in 30 years or 40 years back in their experience in the industry. It goes on the same way to us as well. I am working in another project which is being taking quotation from me as well as taking their design from Buet as well. So we are having joint meetings that is we are showing our cases that okay, as per the international guidelines, this is what required, and Buet is showing okay, this is what we have considered. So rather than collaboration, what needs to be done is that for a solution or for any kind of solution that a user is required, he should take information both from academic or educational organization as well as from industry solution provider. So that it's a both way street that industry will learn from educational institute as well as the educational institute will learn from what's the industry trend.
So, how was your experience? I mean, what went well or what seemed challenging to you?
The challenging part is the thing you know from your experience as well that the teachers are it's something I should not say. The teachers are normally very naive about their stand that because it's true that they are teacher because they had been very good students and That's why they are in that form. However, the world is changing actually, but the information that the industry people they have in their hand, those are not in the educational institute hands yet. So that's why when we work with educational institute, it's a challenge to make them understand that what's the latest technology the industrial is using, and how that is evolved from the existing knowledge from academia. It's absolutely true. This new technology always comes from academia, actually. Obviously, and academia and industry collaboration. But this is and the trade term, or I would say the communication type in industry and academia is not same. So the barrier between industry and academia is that this communication skill that the industry people have to make or have to help the academia people understand what we are trying to say, as well as to respect the view the academia have on the technologies the industry is offering.
And what was the good side? I mean, what seemed positive to you?
The positive things for me is actually, or what I hope actually, that is that there always should be industry academia collaboration because, for example, if I know something and I can discuss this with someone in my university or my who is a teacher or professor in my university, and he can convey this information if he seems it right. He can convey this information to 50 people or 60 people each semester. So that's a very easy way to convey an information to the mass people, and many people will learn it from an academician. However, if I personally try to convey this, I would try convey it to my colleagues in my workplace, but that is a very narrow space to access this. So I always hope that there should be industry and academia collaboration, and the academicians have a very high access rate to different industries as well as many people, and that should be used actually.
So, do you offer internships for students, running students?
Excuse me. We For my organization, I have not been offering industrial or internship to students because of considering that the answer I have already given actually, that 4 weeks or 6 weeks, that is not sufficient for someone to learn in a way that he or she can give any substantial feedback to the company. However, what we very positively do that we recruit freshers actually in our company, which very few companies do, because we consider that if someone is efficient or someone is capable, even he or she is fresher, they can do well or they can learn very shortly. And whenever I recruit in the interview, I always tend to go for the soft skills that how what have he or she done in a university apart from the educational knowledge. What is his or her scope to the world? I mean view to the world. So I always look for this kind of thing. So to me, the current scenario or current type of industrial attachment or internship, that is not perfect, and that is why I don't offer that to in our company at the moment.
Uh, so previously you have emphasized so much on interpersonal skills and communication skills. On the
Yeah.
other hand,
Yes.
you also agreed that AI is somehow dominating and students should get prepared for the new change, right? So
Yeah.
if you were to design an ideal mechanism for academia industry collaboration, what would it
Yeah.
look? I mean, what resources or commitment level or governance structure would be necessary? What is your thought on this?
It's a very big question, actually. Can you hear
It's a
me?
big question.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I will break down the total question in some parts. Number one is the emphasis on interpersonal skill or communication. It's of utmost important. You can use AI to solve your problem, but to work or to do anything in your life, you have to have fantastic communication and interpersonal skill. If you, these are the two utmost important thing in your life. You has to has these skills not only for your work as well as you need this for your personal life as well. So to try your best to be at the top of interpersonal skill and communication. There is no alternative. For the AI, you have to have an understanding of technology that any new AI tool comes up in the market, you can understand that or you can learn that very shortly. Because I foresee that for next 2 years to 5 years, this AI scenario will change very fast because of the technological, ecological, and socio-political scenarios in the world. The AI tools will change very fast. So you have to prepare yourself that you can understand a new AI tool very fast, very fast. So you have to be technically adaptive. For industry academia collaboration, it is important for industry and academia to collaborate because to me, what is my perspective in this scenario is that uh, it's a very raw vision that all the export or of the money we are as a country we earn are based on the garment industry. So this garment industry, it can fault at any time. So if suddenly the garment industry is closed, how will Bangladesh work? So that's why industry and academia need to collaborate and identify as well as formalize that all the other sectors that can that we can work on for export market. Because, for example, Bangladesh and Vietnam's uh, economy was in similar level 15 years back. At the moment, Vietnam has gone much ahead of ourselves. So it is very important for the industry and academia to collaborate and identify that how we can find new export ideas and the solutions. So, and they can use the AI tools to sharpen themselves. It is a very problematic scenario in a sense that we understand that there were used to be many topmost scientists in Bangladesh like Jagadish Chandra Bosu and things like that. But they that were 100 years back. But those are not possible at the moment in Bangladesh at all because the technology is far advanced in first world countries. We cannot invest in that kind of technology and we cannot go there. So we have to find a very niche market of ours, which will be manufacturing, and how we have to think in this way. This collaboration is not only industry and academia in Bangladesh only. You have to collaborate with global level industries and global level academic, educational institutes. I mean, you should like, for example, there are many American big universities. They have branches in Middle East. I mean, Saudi Arabia and Dubai, things like that. So these are the collaboration that you should be looking for. Not only in the you have to be. I mean, any person should not be think himself or herself a localized thinking, I would say. You should not constrain your thinking as a Bangladeshi only. You have to think about I am a global person. I can do things anywhere in the world I want to. So that's the vision people should have, and that's how the industry and academia should collaborate.
So, what role should your organization play in with this change or with this collaboration? What do you think? If are you ready to invest time and resource and fun as well.
How we are doing it at the moment, actually, that we are doing it in a different way, I would say. This we are collaborating at the moment uh, as industry in Bangladesh with the industry in another country. I mean, I am planning or executing some manufacturing facility for some of the product, which are not very available or not being manufactured in Bangladesh at the level that I want to. So I am planning, or I am actually working on some global manufacturers of those products, that how to do that in Bangladesh market. And these ideas that those companies are working on, those are not developed by themselves, though they worked on with universities and technical institutes to develop these ideas and solutions. So that's how it's not always direct collaboration. It's sometimes collaboration via another company or via another institute. So that's how we are working till now. Definitely, we have dream to go much more bigger, but it's still on vision phase still now for our company. But there are many companies in Bangladesh that are I can give example in a sense that many of the pharmaceutical company, like I worked in Beximco Pharma previously. Beximco Pharma has collaboration with Dhaka University for with pharmacy department for their for new drug development or things like that. So industry and academia collaborations are there, but I would always emphasize that don't only think about don't constrain your thinking in Bangladesh only, think globally.
So rest of our questions will be asked by Sifat and Hussain. So Sifat will conduct the next question.
Okay.
Uh, as a leader, how are you currently building AI capabilities within your workforce? Tell
As a
me
leader
about
at the
specific initiatives like
what
hiring, upskilling.
we are at the moment we're more focusing on utilizing our existing resources and how we can use the AI tool to utilize more of our existing resources than hiring. It can be done in two way actually. If I tell about the existing resources, we are trying employees with the new AI tools in the market, and we are giving internal training so that they understand better how to use these tools and be better, I mean, be more efficient in their job. As well as for the new hire, we look into the knack they have or the efficiency they have to use the AI tools so that he can or she can adapt to our uh, company environment or company practice very easily. That's what I'd say.
What should be the initiatives like hiring external expertise or partnership for this AI capabilities?
It depends on what you are looking for. I mean, it's like any technological things. What you are looking for depends on that. For example, um, Taiwan has a company which makes semiconductor. That the name of the company is TSMC. So TSMC is I mean, they make 80% to 90% of semiconductor in the world, and there is no other company that can compete with them. So if you are Apple or if you are Samsung and you need chip or semiconductor chip, must have to that they are this TSMC is your first choice actually to collaborate with them. So it depends on what you are looking for. If uh, you are you are a company that needs the AI solution in a way that for your regular job it's a part like ours. In that case, we will just use the AI tools available on the market. But if it's a software company, which is like for Amazon will be laying off 300,000 of their people by next 2 3 years because they don't need any more people for doing the physical job because the AI will take it over and much fewer people will be needed to do the job. So for us, we are okay to use the AI tools available on the market, but for many companies, it's true they need to collaborate with big AI companies in the market. However, this collaboration will I don't see very too many people too many companies in Bangladesh market which are offering AI solution. If you check the Bangladeshi technological options, you will see that there are very few companies they are offering different kind of AI solution. Most of those are foreign AI tools. Those are packaged in a different cover. So to get an AI solution, you have to still look into the big players in the market like ChatGPT, like Google Gemini. These are the big companies, the big players in the market, and you still have to look for them. And all the companies, or most of the companies in Bangladesh, those are still in buyer level. I mean, they just can buy and use the technology from the AI companies rather than collaborate with those companies because Bangladeshi companies are still too small to collaborate with those companies because those are too big.
Imagine you could communicate directly with with academic leadership at three institutions about preparing students for industry. What would be your
Yeah.
top three priorities for them to address?
Mm, to me, the top three priorities, number one would be, as I have already answered this question. One is their communication skill or interpersonal skill. They should understand. Number two is that I don't want to look at the grade sheets of a student when he comes to for an interview. I would rather try to understand how he solves a problem. I mean, problem solving skill, that how someone you teach someone how to solve a problem. So how he is trained to solve a problem, I want to see that. As well as I would another thing, if I have to understand, that is the ethics of a student or ethics of a people. They say this is a new topic that we haven't discussed because ethics is something that cannot compromise. If you cannot rely on your colleagues or your employees because of ethical reason, you will never be able to rely on any work he or she will be doing. So the three things I would summarize: number one is communication or interpersonal skill. Number two is logic solution or problem solving skill, and number three is ethics.
What should be your suggestion about for the students to stop doing, start doing, or continue doing?
Uh, Stop doing is it's a vain to say, but obviously less social media because it's taking up a lot of our time. I spend a lot of time in social media as well, but if I could, I would invest less time. But to me, my justification to use the social media is this: I am quite updated on whatever happening in the world because I am always proudly say that whatever is happening in the world, I know actually. I know in a sense that I can speak something about it because I keep an eye on the social media and I know the things is happening around the world. And why is that important? Whenever you are talking with someone, the interpersonal skill or communication I have been talking about, for example, you have gone to someone for selling something, but the sales discussion is for 10 minutes, but you will be in that meeting for half an hour. What will you talk for the remaining 20 minutes? Those are the things you learn from the social media and other things, that what is happening in the world and what is his view or your view. You discuss this kind of thing. So that's why it's important to use that. So stop giving too much time on social media. Uh, what should start doing is that develop your soft skills as much as you can. And what is the other one? I forgot. Stop, start, and another one.
Continue doing.
Continue to invest in yourself. I mean, you are your biggest investment or you are your biggest asset. So always try to invest in yourself, try to sharpen your skills, try to develop your mind, try to read book, try to watch good movies. So always try to develop yourself.
Beyond curriculum and skill training, what unique role can academia play in preparing society for an all-enabled economy? For instance, should academia focus on ethics, policy, advocacy, public understanding, workforce planning, or other dimensions?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Beyond curriculum and skill training, what unique role can academia play in preparing society for an AI-enabled economy? For instance, should academia
Mhm.
focus on ethics, policy, advocacy, public understanding, workforce planning, or other dimensions?
It has to be ethical and advocacy because academia can guide that what is the because academia has the time and resource that to check what will be the guideline of AI or what will be the basis of AI or what will be the boundary of AI. So that is the ethics that they can develop. That this is what excuse me, this is what we have tested. Like five things I have tested this AI for this, and these are the result I have seen. So. I would suggest use it for these three things, don't use it for these two things. So these are the ethical point of view they can elaborate to other users. And obviously they cannot think it as they cannot they would like to do it in policy level, but it is not practical to do it in policy level because they can only recommend it or advocacy level because they can suggest it to the government or IT industry, but they would love to do it in the policy level, but that will not be practical. It would be more practical that they are advising on these ends.
That's all from me. And now my next question, Mamunuin Koleni.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum. We are on the last part of our interview. Uh, as you were saying, AI changed job role in the workplace. AI is changing job environment that obviously impacted on employee. Now we all want to know that we all want to know about the impact on employee. People don't understand well or misinterpreted.
The problem of AI is that AI is coming in too fast. So I always say the 90s was the best time for the world, and now it is after uh, with the new millennia, actually, it is always deteriorating the situation of people's life. So AI has come up very fast in people's life, and people didn't get the chance to adapt to AI because, for example, young generation they understand technology up to a certain level, so they can adapt to AI in a sense that they can use it in their job, or you can learn up to a certain level. But if you think that the big company global companies like Amazon, Google, Intel, or Tesla, companies like that who are very technologically sophisticated, are actually laying off a lot of people. So what will happen to this workforce? Because they have trained for 20 years to work in those sectors, and those sectors are suddenly so much smaller that they don't have those jobs available, or those jobs are not there anymore. So that is the challenge for AI because people will be losing a lot of jobs. In Bangladesh, it is much slower. There is still the AI hasn't impacted Bangladeshi job till now in that wider sense, but it is hampering in pseudo sense, in a sense. For example, for example, your department maybe has three people. So the three people that the volume of work they could do, maybe you needed to expand it to two people more. But with the help of AI, those three people are now sufficient to do your job. So those two additional jobs are not there anymore. That's the impact of AI in Bangladesh market.
Okay. You already have given us valuable insight about developing interpersonal skills, soft skill, solving abilities, and communication. Also, you emphasize on learning things by doing it, hands-on experience, and also on practical knowledge. Is there anything important we haven't discussed that should be part of these conversations about uh, academic industry alignment for AI readiness?
To me, the most important thing that academia can do now, that is, they have to revisit uh, their syllabus actually. I mean, the coursework you have to do to get a graduation in a certain subjects, those are not applicable anymore because the 40 courses, those were designed 10 years back, those are not applicable for the industry uses of that graduate with this AI in the field or AI in the scenario. So academia must revisit their curriculum and design or revise the curriculum in a way that it can be adapted to the AI sensitive market at the moment, and that is not only locally, also the global scenario considering. So they should revise it and they should collaborate with industry and also include much more technical knowledge, I mean software skill as well as AI tool skill.
This was the last question. Thank you very much for your valuable time. Uh, it will
Thank
really
you.
help us to learn about the AI and the industry also. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone.